There is a big problem in my generation, and we need to talk about it. So, let's start off by explaining it with a story. So, the other day, I was in class, and the teacher is asking our opinion on something. I can't exactly remember what it was about, but it was about our opinions. It is an English class, basically. And no one put their hand up. No one put their hand up because they were too scared to have the wrong opinion. No one put their hand up because they were too scared that other people were going to judge them or outcast them for an opinion that they have that is their own opinion, that is not impacting anyone else. It's just ridiculous, man. People can't formulate their own opinions anymore. People cannot decide what they think is true because they're too worried about what other people are going to think if they say it. Cancel culture on the social media has literally impacted our society and has had huge consequences on the mental stability of our generation, bro. Like, let me explain. Schools actually like it that we can't formulate our own opinions, and if we do, we're judged. Because it puts us in this mindset that we are completely molded and put in a cookie cutter position where we are all the same. We are literally all the same thing. We're all thinking the same thing. We all have the same opinions. It's like no one has their own critical thinking skills anymore. Everyone wants to please other people more than they want to fulfill their hierarchy of needs. You are literally sacrificing the most important needs of your life, your self-fulfillment needs, which require you to have opinions on things, for the opinions and the thoughts of bots, bro. There are people around you that cannot formulate their own opinion. There are people around you that cannot, for some reason, think for themselves. And you do not want to be that person. But you are letting those people dictate what you share and what you do. And that is capping you off at a certain point. You cannot get any further in your self-improvement journey if you are allowing this to happen. It's just not possible. So, this is the way that I look at it. You've got to put things into perspective. You've got to realise that 5 years from now, heck, even like 6 months from now, if you do something today that other people see as cringe or other people see as weird, from 6 months from now, no one is going to remember. No one is going to care that you did it. And it's still going to impact you in a positive way. So, if you put it into that perspective, you realise that everything you do, it doesn't matter if other people don't like it. And I don't mean like ignore what other people like because it's important to understand that your actions have consequences. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, if you think something is going to be positive for your self-improvement journey and it's going to help you achieve your goals, then you need to implement that, and you should not have to worry about what other people are going to think about it. You should not modify your plans to please others who are just trying to stop you. And our society and our school system has perpetuated this idea that we need to stay in this box and we cannot escape it, and we must keep other people in this box. This is why our generation is so lost and so depressed, because we can't have any free thinkers anymore. Back in the Renaissance period, when everyone was doing these, philosophy and arts, and there was big boom in the arts, right, in the liberal arts, people weren't worried about what other people were going to think of them. That's why the human society and humanity has grown so much since then. It's these confines and these restrictions that you think that other people are putting on you. Because at the end of the day, it's all placebo, because you can just ignore it. It's really quite easy. It's not. It's more of a you problem, to be honest. You can just choose to ignore. Let's think about another perspective, and that is, everyone thinks about themselves. No one is thinking about you. I'm sorry, but thinking that everyone is thinking about you and thinking that everyone is judging you is an extremely entitled mindset. You've got to understand that every time you stop doing something because you think other people are going to judge you for it, you are being selfish, bro. You are being entitled. Because when you put things into perspective, right, everyone thinks like you do. Everyone is thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to be judged by everyone else. So if you think you're being judged, then the chances are everyone else thinks they're being judged by you. And you're not judging them, are you? You don't care. So when you think about it that way, you are not being judged. No one is thinking about you. You're irrelevant. I'm sorry. It's actually a positive thing. Like, it's actually good news. You're actually irrelevant to the majority of people. Like, not to everyone. Of course, you've got family and friends that actually care about you, and that's good. You wouldn't want to not care what everyone thinks, because then you're just going to turn into a psychopath. But it's crazy, man. Like, people are so restricted by this box of what people are imposing on them and seeing what is okay and then putting it in that box, and then you're not allowed to escape that box. What is really sad is that the people that are judging you, and the people that you think are judging you, and emphasis on think, that's like an important word in this discussion. The people you think are outcasting you, they will outcast you if you don't judge other people. So, say you don't feel judged anymore. You've taken my advice. You are ignoring what the bots say. You're just pursuing your goals and you're blocking out the noise, which is good. That's what you should do. You are still going to be judged if you're going to not going to be judged because you've already blocked that out, but you're still going to be outcasted from groups and societies and mocked if you don't judge other people. I've had this happen to me many times where people have told me and asked me questions saying, what do you think about this person? And I said, well, I don't really have any thoughts on that person because I don't have any personal experience. People expect you to formulate your opinions based on other people's experiences. It doesn't make any sense. Like, it literally does not make any sense at all. People need to understand that you need to formulate your opinions based on your own personal experiences. You should not formulate your opinions based on what you've heard that person to do. Because then you're a bot. You're literally a bot. It's not healthy for you to just base your opinions on what someone else has said, which may or may not even be true, and just pursue that. Doesn't make sense. So if someone goes up to me and they ask me, what do you think of that person? And I say, I don't really know, I haven't talked to that person, I don't have any personal experience. And then they start telling me stuff about their personal experience and how it's been horrible. And they expect me to agree with them just because they've had a bad experience. Like, I do not care about your experience with that person. I am only focusing on my experience with that person, and that's how I formulate my opinion on that person. If you start doing this, you'll actually be a lot happier because you have more friends. I'm not even going to lie, you'll have more friends. Because you never know the context of someone else's story, and you never know what they're hiding from you. So some people genuinely just enjoy framing other people and making them look bad. So if you're going off their word, you're literally just restricting the amount of friendships you have and restricting the amount of connections you have just because someone else said that person is bad. So really, you need to start basing your opinions based on your own personal experiences and not based on other people's experiences that literally are irrelevant to your life. So that was my little rant. I hope you all took something in from this video. I really hope that some of the stuff I said resonated with you, but please take on the advice because it is really important that we stop being trapped in this mental enslavement and stop being trapped in this bubble where we think that we can't think for ourselves. It's honestly awful and it makes me worried for future generations. So please just subscribe for future videos and let me know if you want me to kind of sit down and do this kind of talking style videos more, because I enjoy making them and I enjoy sharing my viewpoints on things. But if you enjoy these style of videos, then please do let me know in the comments, because it allows me to kind of fully gauge what's really helping you guys. So don't feel like you have to lie. Don't be a bot. Don't be a bot, bro.